morning, and today I'm going to be doing a video where I'm going to tell you guys a little bit more about tech school for specifically my AFSC. So for those that don't know, my AFSC is Aerospace Medical Technician or Medical Services, and the code for that is 4NOX1. And I just have had a few comments of people asking more about like my job and what it entails and things like that. So I figured I'd sit down while I still have no roommate. I got lucky enough to not be given a roommate this past Friday. So I figured that I sit down and I talk to you guys a little bit about the AFSC and like what our duties entail and stuff like that, and maybe a little bit about tech school. I can't go too into depth about it just because obviously with the military there's certain things that they don't want you posting online and things of that nature, which you'll learn all about when you start learning about OPSEC and stuff like that. But anyway, we're gonna get right into the video. So the first thing that I felt like I had to explain to you all is that there are different skill levels when it comes to your job. So as I mentioned, my code for my AFSC is 4NOX1. The X will be replaced with a number depending on your skill level. So I wrote them down here, so don't mind me. I do have some notes here that I'm going to be referencing. Okay, so when you're still like at BMT and you're still in tech school, you're technically a level 1. So right now I would be considered a 4NO11. 1 just means that you're a helper is what they call you. So it means that you're a recruit or you're still a trainee in tech school or a retrainee, stuff like that. So it just basically means that you need to be supervised, you need to be watched, and you need to learn how to do your job. So when you graduate tech school, you become a level 3. So once I graduate tech school, I'll be a 4NO31, meaning that I am now an apprentice at my job. It means that I graduated from tech school and I kind of sort of, know what I'm doing now. Then the next level after that would be level 5, which is called a journeyman. And it just means that you're more experienced at your job. You know what you're doing. You need a lot less supervision and they can trust you to do your job properly. So usually you can get your level 5 after you graduate tech school and you complete all your CDCs. That's usually when you get your level 5. I don't know too much about anything past this. But I know after 5 there's level 7, which is a craftsman, and you'll learn about this at BMT as well. But level 7 is craftsman, which just means that you're like, you do some of like the first-handed training and like a little bit of supervision and things of that nature. Level 9 is after that, which is superintendent. That's like senior master sergeant and above. You have at least 14 years of experience and you do like broad supervision across the whole AFSC. And then last but not least is level 10, which is a chief enlisted manager or a CEM. You have to be a chief master sergeant. You're responsible for policy and the direction that the AFSC is taking. So yeah, these are the skill levels for every AFSC. And like I mentioned, when I graduate from tech school, I will have a level 3. So I will be an apprentice and I will no longer be a level 1. So I will no longer be a trainee. Even though when you graduate from BMT, you aren't considered a trainee. Like here at tech school, they refer to us as airmen. So you will no longer be trainee so-and-so. You're going to be airman so-and-so. But you are still technically a trainee because you're in the training environment, you're being trained to do your job. All right, so now that we got that out of the way, I just want to talk a little bit about the job and what it entails. In Aerospace Medical Services, you have a bunch of different duties that you're responsible for. It's not really just tailored to one thing. For instance, you could be in charge of doing admin work in a clinic. You could be working in an emergency department. You could be assisting doctors with like surgeries and things of that nature. So it entails a broad list of duties. Some of the stuff that I have written down was like you can assist doctors with certain duties similar to a nurse, which by the way, after you graduate from tech school and you get your associate's degree, which is something that I'll touch base on in a little moment, but you can challenge the board of your state for an LPN, a licensed practical nurse license, and you could potentially receive one. So it all depends on what you want and what you're working towards. But yes, as an aerospace medical technician, you can challenge the board to get your LPN. So we do immunizations, we take vitals, we are sometimes in charge of medical equipment. We can work at a clinic or a hospital. It all depends on your base. Some bases are much larger. For instance, Lackland, they do have a hospital on base, but they also have a clinic, which is like the troop medical clinic that you would go to during BMT. They call it Reed. So you could potentially be working at a clinic or a hospital. It all just depends on what base you're at and what they need. So let's see what else. Oh, you could, so like I said, you could be in charge of admin work, which is like patient information. So obviously you need to abide by HIPAA laws and regulations and things of that nature, intake, discharge of patients and things of that nature. Let's see what else. Oh, post-mortem care. This is definitely something that I wasn't expecting, but it's something that you could be in charge of doing. So for those that don't know, post-mortem is post passing away. When someone passes away, you could be responsible to care for their body and things of that nature. So post-mortem care is a part of our job description. Hello, hi, yes, Future Kitty here. So I just realized after rewatching my video so that I can edit it that I didn't really touch base too much on the associate's degree that you get from the community college of the Air Force. So I figured that I'd just add that in there real quick. So if you are in tech school, you are earning credits towards an associate's degree. So particularly for our AFSC in Aerospace Medical Services, we're earning credits towards an associate's degree in nursing technology. So with that being said, you won't have all your credits after, let me rephrase that. If you have never been to college and you don't have any college credits, then you will have to earn other college credits towards the associate's degree. So I believe we graduate with a total of maybe like 27 credits. So if you are straight out of high school, you have never been to college, you've never taken a college course, you have no college credits, then you're gonna have a total of 27 credits, and then you can do whatever other classes that you need to do in order to get your associate's degree in nursing technology. Which I feel like I highly recommend if you're going to be in this AFSC, even if it's not the job that you wanted, but you're going to be in this AFSC for at least 3 years, because you have to put in at least 3 years before you can retrain to a different AFSC if that's something that you were interested in. So I feel like while you're here, you might as well just earn those credits towards a associate's in nursing technology, and maybe in the future if you decide to switch over to a different AFSC, then some of the credits that you earn towards like some of the regular prerequisites, such as biology or your math classes, your English classes, things of that nature, they can be transferred over to a different degree, perhaps, if that's something that you wanted to do. But anyway, specifically for me, I do have prior college experience and college credits. So what someone who's also in the same boat as me can do is they can actually transfer their credits over to the community college of the Air Force, and perhaps after tech school, if you have enough credits and you have taken all the required classes, you can already have your associate's degree in nursing technology. So that's just something that I felt like I had to throw in there real quick because I said that I would touch base on it and I didn't. So let's go on to tech school and what it entails. So Aerospace Medical Services Tech School is here at Fort Sam, Houston. For those that haven't seen, if you want to check out, if you have this job and you want to check out what the dorms look like, you can go ahead and look at my dorm tour. I will try to link it down below in the description box so that you could see or get like a broad understanding of what dorms you would be coming into. But anyway, so your tech school is here at Fort Sam, and it's literally like not even like a 20-30 minute ride from Lackland, so you don't have to board a plane to go anywhere else. Like they literally just put you on a bus from BMT and they take you down here, and then you do all your in-processing and things of that nature, and you get assigned a room and things like that. So it's a pretty chill environment, I would have to say, especially coming from BMT, where like every moment of your day is controlled. Like here, it's very much more relaxed, but they do still have certain expectations. You're not being yelled at every moment of every day, but you will be yelled at if you're doing something that you know that you shouldn't be doing. So just do what you have to do, and you don't have to worry about an MTL coming at you or yelling at you or getting in your face or anything like that. So let's see. The tech school itself has certain different aspects, certain different, like, I don't know how to say it, like it's divided into certain subjects. So and you do get a couple of certifications while you're here. CPR certification, you get your NREMT, things of that nature. But basically it's divided into, I want to say, 4 sections. So there's only 2 phases. So phase 1 is all of your classwork, and then phase 2 is when they actually put you in a hospital setting and you get like clinical work. You actually work in a hospital, you get clinical experience, and you are in the field learning, but it's still considered a part of training, and that's about 6 weeks. Here for the class portion, I've been here, I graduated October 21st. I started my classes, let me look at my planner real quick. Okay, so I have my planner here, and I graduated on the 21st of October. I shipped to Fort Sam at around, let's just say like 8 o'clock in the morning. I got on the bus and they brought me here to Fort Sam. And then the entire first week that I was here was just an in-processing week. So they just teach you a lot of things that you need to know for being here at tech school. And then I started classes on the 1st of November. So I have been in class in school since the 1st of November. Now granted, in the month of December, we did have 2 weeks off for Exodus. For those of you that don't know what Exodus is, it is a break that you get for about 2 weeks where they don't have classes and you're allowed to go home. You can take, usually they can approve for leave days that you don't actually have saved up in the bank. So for instance, I believe I only had 10 days saved up for leave. You do earn leave while you're on BMT. So I think I had about 10 days saved up, and then I took a total of 12 days. So I was in the hole, technically negative 2 days of leave. So when the month of January came around, the 2.5 days that I earned of leave definitely went towards getting myself out of the hole. So I didn't actually earn 2.5 days of leave. I had to bring myself out of the hole, and now I'm back in the positives now that it's February. But anyway, so yeah, I've been here since I started classes on the 1st of November. It is currently let's see, February 13th. So it's been a couple of months that I've been here. I did actually, like, I'm gonna be completely honest, as I always am in my videos. So, I actually ended up failing one of my mod exams. And whenever you fail an exam, you have the opportunity to retest. But you only have that opportunity a total of 3 times, and then other things happen where, like, you know, they have to rethink about the options of you having this AFSC. But anywho, I failed my mod 2 exam, and then I retook it the next day and I passed. So that added like 0 time. Like if you retake your test and you pass, like you just move on. But when it came to my skills exam, I actually, like, I failed skills the first time. I think I just had a lot of nerves get to me, and so I kind of just, I messed up. Like, I'm gonna be completely honest, and I failed. They did give me the opportunity to retest for skills, but I had to wait until the next week when the next class was testing for skills. So that pushed after, of course, I passed skills, thank goodness. Now I'm in the nursing portion, but when I failed skills, I had to wait until the next week to retake skills, which then pushed my graduation date back 1 week. So I was supposed to graduate from the phase 1, like all the classwork. I was supposed to graduate on the 24th of February. I am now graduating on the 3rd of March. So if I could give you advice when it comes to tech school, I would say definitely make sure that you're studying, make sure that you're, trying your hardest, because yes, they'll let you retest, but depending on the way that you operate and the amount of effort that you put in and whether you fail or you pass, you could potentially just be delaying yourself and staying in this training environment for a longer period of time. And don't get me wrong, being here at tech school is a lot better, I guess I could say, than being at BMT. Obviously, you have more freedom. You're able to do a lot more things that you want to do. But at the same time, for me personally, like some of you guys may not care, but for me personally, like I just want to get done with my tech school training and I want to go operational so that I can go back to having like a semi-normal life. Because being in the training environment and being constantly told like certain things that you can or cannot do, like you still have your schedule is a little bit more controlled. So it'll be a very nice feeling for me to be operational and not really have to worry about being as controlled as you are in the training environment. I don't know if you guys understand what I'm trying to say, but yeah, it's just how I feel, and I'm ready to go operational. So phase 1, like I said, I've been here since the 1st of November. Well, I've been here since before that, but I started classes on the 1st of November. It is now February 13th. I graduate March 3rd. So you are going to be in the classroom or this classroom environment for several months, and then you go to phase 2, which you can go to a total of, I believe, 6 locations. I guess I could just tell you guys like what states you could end up in, because you can literally just look it up on Google. But you have the choice of California, Nevada. You have here in Texas. You could stay here. You can go to Mississippi, you can go to Florida, or you can go to Ohio. So those are the 6 different states that you can go to for your phase 2. And yeah, I ended up getting Lackland. So, I mean, you have no control over where you go for phase 2, just like you have no control over where you go for your first PCS. Speaking of PCS, I actually found out where I was going to be stationed at my very first week that I was here. And hold on. I don't want to ruin any of you guys' hopes, but I'm just gonna put it out there. When I did my dream sheet in basic, I really was putting down a lot of states and a lot of bases on the east side of the US. I didn't want to be CONUS. I wanted to stay here in the United States. I didn't want to go overseas. So I did not fill out any places for overseas, but I highly suggest that you do if it's really something that you want to do, because more people who wanted to go overseas ended up getting like the places that they wanted to go. They more often got where they wanted to go than the people who chose to stay CONUS. So I'm from New York, as I mentioned before. My number 1 place that I wanted to go to was New Jersey, because it's closest to home. Did I really want to live in New Jersey? No. But it was closest to home for me, so it's definitely somewhere that I wanted to be. My grandparents are very old, as I mentioned in one of my cash stuffing videos. My bad, I'm not trying to call you guys old, but y'all already know. Sorry, that was a little disclaimer for my grandparents. But my grandparents are getting older, and I want to be nearby to them. My nephew is still in New York. I want to be closer to him. So my future husband, like my boyfriend, is in New York, and like he's already got a life established. He has a very good job, and it's just not fair for me to ask him to move to somewhere to like Missouri, where neither one of us really want to be at. So, I mean, but that's more like on a personal level. But at the end of the day, I wanted to be like closer to the East Coast, closer to home. And the first week that I was here, we all found out where we were going, and I got Missouri. So, like, it was nowhere near where I wanted to go. And the funny thing is that people who came in from BMT after me, who didn't want to go to New Jersey, got stationed in New Jersey. And there is like a way that you can switch your assignments with people who have the same job as you, and if they're graduating within a certain amount of time, like if you guys are graduating within a certain amount of time from each other, you're allowed to switch. But nobody wants to go to Missouri, so it is what it is. I just have to make the most of it, and so like I just have to go to Missouri and do what I have to do. But yeah, so within the first week that I was here, I found out where I was going to be PCSing to. And then when you get into the nursing portion of your classwork of this phase 1, you find out where your phase 2 location is. And as I mentioned, it could be anywhere of those 6 places or those 6 states that I had mentioned in just a minute ago. So yeah, so while you're here at tech school, you figure out 2 locations that you're going to be stationed at. It's your phase 2 and your PCS location. So with that being said, I don't really know what else to touch base on. So if you guys have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask me. Leave them in the comment section below. And I always try to be very interactive with anyone that comments on my videos. So make sure that you guys leave your questions in the comment section. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos about military lifestyle and budgeting. So I am gonna try to upload my budgeting video sometime this week or next weekend. So make sure you guys are looking forward to that if that's something that you want to see. So thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you in my next video.